GM surveys. They do it every single year where they
I've
poll
seen this.
all the GMs and they ask them like, okay, who's going to win the title, who's going to win MVP, right, and other things too. But those are the two main things. Now last year they had the Brooklyn Nets overwhelmingly winning the championships. It was like 75% of GMs.
Yikes.
And they had Giannis. No, they had Kevin Durant win the MVP.
Okay.
At 37%. So this year, as far as the MVP is concerned, they have Luka winning 48% of the GMs. He got 40% of the votes. Giannis got 34% of the votes. Joel got 14%. And then you got Curry with 3% at number 4.
And the 2-time reigning MVP got less than 3%.
Yeah. So that's Luka, Giannis, Embiid, and Curry. What do you think about
I don't disagree with that. I wouldn't be surprised at all if Luka has an MVP-worthy season. And there is that voter fatigue where he would be a new person to vote in that role rather than, Giannis and Jokic for that matter. Wouldn't surprise me at all. No, I don't see anything wrong with that. I mean, if anything, I thought Jokic might get a little bit more of the vote than less than 3% just because he is the reigning guy. And there's nothing wrong with him,
Yeah.
Like, I mean, he should get Jamal Murray back most of the year, I guess.
He doesn't have an amputated leg. Or
Yeah.
anything.
So.
Yeah, I love Luka, man. You watch him play, and like it's like whenever you hear people talking, I just seen like a commercial, like a thing they did with him. He's special, man. And he's young.
He is.
I think he could be that, But same lines, like the reigning MVP. I'm surprised LeBron isn't in there. Normally. I mean,
yeah, because that's the storyline.
Yeah. I'm not surprised. I do think that the public perception of him as an MVP is gone.
Well, we expect the team to be bad too.
Yeah, in truth. Well, that's part of the notion is that what different do you expect than last year? I mean, individually, LeBron's statistics were impressive, but the team didn't play very well and didn't have success. So I don't think anything different. I mean, I don't think LeBron's going to have a bad year, but there's not enough there to say this team's going to connect it. I mean, if anything, with Luka, his biggest vulnerability is probably his team. Yeah. For him to get MVP, I think they got to probably make a run at 58, 60 games.
Yeah, he has to do what at least what Jokic did.
Yeah.
Get at least around the 4th or 5th seed.
He did really good last year because they ended up taking second.
They did.
Them and the Celtics both went on at that break. They both went on like the same type of run. It was like a 26-4 or 5.
Yeah. But again, and maybe it ultimately speaks to Luka's greatness. I just don't necessarily like that team around him.
Well, they lost your guy for nothing. No, you're starting 2 guard. Brunson. They lost him for nothing. They got something back for him.
They lost him because they weren't going to pay him what New York paid him.
And rightfully so.
And I'm not. Yeah, we already talked about. I'm not.
But it's still a hit to lose him.
It is. He was an important player for them, and he actually was very important when Luka was out.
Yeah.
Because he could
play
kind of.
Well.
Yeah.
I think it will be good for is it Spencer Dinwiddie? Dinwiddie?
Yeah, Dinwiddie. Yeah.
I think we'll see kind of a step in him.
But I like him where they had him.
Yeah,
reserve
I
6
understand.
man. Like,
It was perfect.
Yeah, he's an instant offense guy. He doesn't bring much to the table besides that.
Right, and that's what you want in a 6-man role.
Yeah.
Really, that Lou Will.
And then they got another big man, right? Because
He came over. He came over from and this is going to be his first year really playing. The guy he came from was it Detroit? The big man.
It's a big man. They said he's going to start behind JaVale. They said, no, he's not going to start.
Where's Chris when he's watching, man? He came from Detroit Pistons. Watch this. Maybe not
Drummond?
Detroit. Maybe not Detroit. No. Dallas Mavericks. Roster. You going to beat me too? Oh, I thought you were.
No, I ain't challenging you.
Christian Wood. Houston.
Oh,
Houston.
Wood.
Yeah, he's a nice piece.
He's nice. He's good.
What I mean? But so we'll see. But they do have McGee backing him up too. So we'll see, man. I like Reggie Bullock.
I like him too.
They like building around Luka. So I like.
They're really just all in on pieces around Luka. They're not
no other stars.
They're not trying to integrate a second star.
Yeah, they tried it with Porzingis. Failed.
They're going all in. I mean, they really
think
he's that good.
Dominant Luka is.
Yeah.
Zach must be your brother. He's laughing.
Oh Lord, that is my brother.
But so that's MVP, right? And and of course I'm on the Embiid train. I think we're going to have a good enough record. I think he should have got it last year.
Yeah.
So,
I would have voted for him last year.
He's a dog. He really is.
The NBA Finals this year. So the GMs have Milwaukee Bucks number 1 at 43%, Warriors at 25%. Clippers are getting a lot of love these days, 21%, and they have Boston, your team, at 11%.
I go with the top two, Warriors
Milwaukee
and Bucks. I don't trust the Clippers.
I was about to say
at all.
That's crazy they're getting that love.
Yeah.
It's like Kawhi's been gone for what,
For
a year
2 years,
and a half?
basically.
2
Yeah.
You don't trust because of health, or you don't trust because
I don't like Tyrone Lue. I don't.
See, I do. We're polar opposites on that.
Yeah. I think he's.
Why you like him?
I think he's a top 3 coach in the league.
Why?
Because of what he produces. What he did with the Cleveland team when he took over for a guy who shouldn't have been coaching in the NBA.
David Blatt. Oh, yeah, with LeBron.
Yeah, David Blatt.
When he became LeBron's assistant.
And then the job he did when he took over, like he did a much better job than Doc Rivers, what he did with that Clippers team. He just did.
They still didn't accomplish anything.
What do you want them to? Everybody can't win a championship, Pete. Like everybody's not going to come in and win a championship. If you don't win a championship, you're an ultimate failure. That's just not how life works. You can be a good coach and not win a championship. You can't.
Yeah,
because ultimately, it's a NBA is a players' league anyhow.
I don't think he's a bad coach. I just don't think he's like in that echelon of like top 3.
You're saying top 3.
And when you really look it up, and they have tons of articles that shows like his end game, and I love in-game adjustments and changes because I have a coach that does 0 of that. So when I see a coach who does a lot of it,
but he can find you a tranny on the internet.
That he can. If I was into that, he's being my guy. Yeah. So but hey, that's an opinion, top 3 coach.
Yeah.
But anyway, outside of health, I mean, they have their rosters. I mean, top 10 rosters.
Yeah, I just don't trust that. I think those guys will get hurt or something.
That's what I'm saying. Outside of health, I mean, I don't know what else.
Yeah.
And then what is like my thing is,
but
like,
they've never been like healthy.
Yeah, and then Paul George, what is he going to be in the playoffs? Like if they go to the playoffs, Claw, I give you this. One thing I say about Kawhi, people can hate injury. When he's there, you're going to get the best player you can get from him. Like, I don't doubt that as far as his performance. It's just, but boy, that boy better not have no stinger in his thigh because
he said
he's going to be,
about for a year.
I'm done.
That I hate. I really don't.
I don't understand.
I don't
I
like
understand
him.
if he played football and some of the stuff he does, but I'm like, bro, you're playing basketball. Like,
Now,
what are you doing? Like,
I'm not a fan of that. And that's part
here, bro. Like
that whole collective thing. I just don't.
Yeah.
I don't trust Paul George.
Yeah.
I mean, I respect Kawhi's talent, but I don't trust him as not getting hurt or whatever the hell goes on in his mind.
If I was somebody playing him, I'd go up and just give him one good knee to assign.
The problem with that is, in sports, we don't appreciate enough the guys who do go out and play with injuries and fail.
Yeah.
Because year after year, people because again, an Embiid guy, right?
Yeah.
Embiid hasn't sat out with injuries as much the last few years, but you know what he has done?
Been playing with him.
He's been playing with him,
and
he fails, and people talk shit about him.
I'm so this is my thing, and I think this is more like the social media world. It's because the people try to use it as an excuse. Oh, I'm not as good because I'm injured. It's like for me when I see Embiid, he's giving everything he can. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yes.
And like, if he's not on the floor, oh yeah, bye. Like you can forget about it.
No, I'm with Cliff on that. I will watch a guy, and if I can see that he's hurt, but he's giving everything he has, nothing but respect for me.
Yeah, but you guys are too respectable sports guys.
Then who gives a shit what the unrespectable people do? Like, I mean, really, who cares what the idiots say?
Yeah.
We worry way too much. I mean, we really do. We worry way too much about what dumb people say.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a fantasy football guy, right?
Yeah.
So when these guys are like injured,
yeah.
It
And when they
pisses
really
me off,
could play.
like, during the week, Chris McCaffrey strained his thigh. I'm like, come on, bro. You better play.
Especially him.
Like, you better play, bro. Because if you don't play, I'll be calling you all types of things, you know.
Yeah.
But I feel like you can see with certain players, like the whole report with Jason Tatum came out, like supposedly he had something in his shoulder or something.
Mm-hmm.
He never said nothing. A lot of these guys don't even say anything anymore because they don't want to be this is an excuse, so and so.
What if you do the LeBron and wait till the end of the finals and then put on like a hand
Oh,
brace?
exactly. Yeah, see, that's the stuff I'm like.
That's cheesy as hell.
But still, he played through it though.
Yeah.
I'll respect that, but like, dude.
Yeah.
Just
don't
save it. Yeah.
Like let somebody catch you.
For sure.
Now let somebody like take a picture of you on a yacht in a few days and whatever.